you now have most of the skills you need to be able to complete the financial report as indicated in the instructions and the rubric. In fact, you have it almost done. Even though you've been working with my loan of $10,000 and 5%, you can pretty easily change it to whatever the terms of your loan might have been. Let's say instead of $10,000, you had $17,534 as the original amount of the loan. You can just change that value, the first value, and it will change the rest ones all the way down. Let's say that rather than paying $200, you were paying $350 all the way through. That's cool. We can just change that. And let's say that rather than paying 5% interest compounded monthly, you had 7% interest compounded monthly. I changed my 0.05 into a 0.07. And now, again, $350. Got to do that one twice. Now I can select those columns and change it all the way through. So you're very close to being able to finish. But the last thing that is required in the instructions and the rubric is that you make some graphs of the data you're able to get through your spreadsheet. Making graphs in Google Sheets is really quite straightforward. All you have to do is click the data you want to graph. So let's say I want to make a graph of my time and my loan total. I select time, and then I hold down Control to select another column, and now I have my two columns selected, time and months, and loan total. Then I go over here to Insert and Chart. Now Google Sheets will pick a loan or pick a chart that they think works best. I think for almost all of these, the best one to choose is the scatter plot. That would be what I would choose for all of the graphs. But you could use other things. If you really wanted to use a line chart, you could. Or if you really wanted to use a timeline, I think the timeline one would work totally well. That would be fine. You could have it be shaded like this. There's the timeline. Oh, we don't have dates, so it won't work as timeline. If you use dates, it'll work as a timeline. But again, I think the best one is the scatter chart. That's what you probably should use. Make sure it knows the data, like here it knows that loan total, and that we've got months from beginning of loan. Oh, that should be down here. So let's go ahead and then try it. Insert, and then we can edit it. We don't want this. This should actually be loan total. So to edit what's labeled on this column is really our loan total. I just click on that and type loan total. And it changes. And down here, months from beginning of loan, perfect. So we can see that after 0 months, I would be owing $17,000 based on this data, and that's going to change as the months go on. And that's pretty much all there is to making a graph in Google Sheets. You select the data you want to graph. Let's make another graph for months, the time, and total amount paid. Again, I select both of those, insert, chart, chart type, scatter plot, and again I want to fix the axes so that they're labeled correctly. This should now read total amount paid. Cool. You are now set up. Feel free to begin work on your actual financial report based on the instructions and the rubric for either the data gathered in your interview or the data from your research. Feel free to ask me if you have any questions about any of the information in these videos or from the project instructions. Hope these were helpful.